Rachel Holt for NESN.com in the NESN studios ahead of the UFC 210 Light Heavyweight Championship on Saturday, April 8th. We have headliners Daniel Cormier and Anthony Rumble Johnson with us via Skype. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
How you guys doing?
Hello, hello.
We're doing great over here. Are you sick of each other yet?
You know, we've spent quite a bit of time together here recently, but trust me, it's been a lot worse with other people.
Yeah, I'm cool until April 8th.
You're about to spend a lot more time with each other on Saturday. We waited a little bit for this rematch. You last fought at UFC 187 in May 2015, so nearly 2 years ago. Given all the anticipation, are you feeling a certain buzz around this fight?
Yeah, I am. I'm loving the vibe that the fans are giving us and the city is giving us. It's a blessing, you know. And we also have the Canadian fan base coming down to support us too. So we're going to make sure the fans get what they want come Saturday night.
Daniel, you defeated Anthony by submission. Anthony, I know it took you a while before you could even go back and watch that video. How many times do you think you've seen it since?
Yeah, maybe 3. That's about it.
Daniel, what about you?
I've watched it a lot. You know, every time I run, every time I train, I try to watch it. Even though I won the fight, I felt like I made a lot of mistakes in the fight. You know, so I'm looking at areas that where I made mistakes to try to improve on. I watch it time and time again, actually. I watch fights I win, and then I even watch the fight I lost 50, 100 times. I have to watch it to try and get better from it.
Certainly a lot to learn from, I'm sure. Anthony, you told UFC.com that you look at that video and think, that's not me out there. How have you changed since that fight?
Had plenty of time to train, get better. I had some pretty good fights. So everything has been on the up and up for me.
You mentioned that it was almost 2 years ago. Is it exhausting at this point to have that loss brought up time and time again for the past 2 years and hearing the taunting, or are you kind of immune to all that extra noise by now?
I'm used to it. You know, I lost. That's just what it is, you know, so people can talk about it, you know, they can or they can't. It really doesn't bother me either way.
Last time you didn't have much time to prepare for each other, only about 3 weeks after Jon Jones was removed from the fight with Anthony before DC. You were called in to step up. How does it change things having more time to prepare for this one? Daniel, I'll start with you.
Just last time it was just make weight, you know, like last time I figured start training to just make weight 2 weeks earlier, you know, and that's difficult in itself for me because my weight cuts are pretty tough. But this time I was able to cut the weight, manage my weight down, train in the areas that I need to get better at, and really focus on Anthony, just Anthony, for 6 months now. It's been since we were scheduled the first time. So I think it's been great for me.
It's definitely been great for me. It's definitely been great for me, you know. Yeah, it seems like we've been training for each other forever. I've never trained for anybody for so long, but it's been well worth it, and the journey's been fun. So, you know, it's a plus.
Now, DC, despite holding the championship belt, you're the betting underdog to Anthony. Does this motivate you?
I mean, odds can't motivate me. You know, if the championship belt and everything that comes with it isn't motivation enough, then you're in the wrong sport, you know? So me seeing the odds, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I was the underdog the first time we fought, you know? Anthony knocks people out. That's what he does. You know, my fights are a little bit different. So when you watch me fight, it's easier to say, well, he's going to lose this time, as opposed to a guy that ended his last 2 fights. Total combined time was like 1 minute and 45 seconds. So I get it. I can see where people would make him the favorite, but I don't think it's not going to matter.
Dana White said about you, it's the weirdest thing ever that he has not been embraced by the fans. What's your reaction when you hear the fans boo?
Nothing anymore. You know, initially it was kind of surprising because you don't quite understand why. It's just not fun. I'm not a fun. I may not be the funnest guy. You know, I like to make jokes and everything, but you know, I'm pretty normal. You know, I go home to my family and my kids, my fiance. I go to work when I'm not fighting. I don't do anything. You know, so I'm kind of like a normal guy, and sometimes normal ain't cool. You know what I mean? Some people may just have a cool factor to it, and that's who they draw to. Long as people respect me, that's all that matters.
Well, you may not think you're a fun guy, but we're anticipating a fun fight. Anthony, we'll start with you. What are we going to see in this one?
A fight. You're gonna see a hell of a fight. You know, Daniel's determined to keep his belt, and I'm determined to take it away. So you're just gonna see two guys that are determined to make it happen. So you know, what you guys missed in December it's about to happen very soon.
Daniel, do you have anything to say to that?
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. Hard fight. Last rematch, you guys saw Tyron and Stephen Thompson kind of sparred. You ain't got to worry about me and Rumble Johnson sparring. We're going to go in there, we're going to try to fight. He'll try to take my head off. I'll try to take his head off. I'll try to take him down to the ground. Doesn't matter. You will see two guys working the entire time to try and finish the fight. And you're going to see me retain my title.
Okay, well, good luck, guys. You can check them out Saturday, April 8th. We're looking forward to this one.